83-year-old William found a decayed box while cleaning the attic. Inside were childhood photos, each capturing moments from his past. One particular photo caught his attention. Beside him stood a little girl. This surprised William. He had always believed he was his parents' only child. Determined to investigate, William faced a challenge. His parents had passed away, leaving him unable to ask them directly. Fortunately, he had older family members, like his niece Claudia. Knocking on Claudia's door, William hoped she could solve the mystery. Claudia, 2 years older than William, had frequently visited his parents during her childhood. However, she had no knowledge of the girl in the photo and claimed ignorance. This raised suspicions in William's mind. Something was amiss, and he was determined to uncover the truth. Visiting other relatives yielded no information about the girl. She remained an intriguing mystery, piquing the curiosity of other family members. William almost gave up his search until he decided to visit Aunt Inga, a relative known for her vast knowledge of the family history. Placing the photo in front of her, he hoped to surprise her. Inga pointed at the girl and exclaimed, "Hey, that's Olga." Realizing her slip of the tongue, she covered her mouth, but it was too late. "Olga," William asked, his voice trembling with anticipation. Inga hesitated, her eyes darting around the room as if searching for an escape. Finally, she sighed and said, "I suppose it's time you knew the truth." William listened intently as Inga began to reveal a family secret long buried in the sands of time. "Olga was your sister," she said. "She was born 2 years after you, but she was taken away when she was very young." Taken away? By whom? And why? William's mind raced with questions. Inga paused, gathering her thoughts. "Your parents were involved in some controversial activities during the war. They were part of a resistance group. When things got dangerous, they sent Olga to live with a family friend in a distant town for her safety. They planned to bring her back once things settled, but that never happened. The friend moved away, and contact was lost." William's heart sank. "Why didn't they ever tell me?" "Your parents thought it was best to keep it a secret to protect you. They feared that knowledge of Olga's existence and her fate might put you in danger as well," Inga explained. But Claudia knew nothing about this. William asked, still puzzled. "Claudia was too young at the time. By the time she started visiting your parents regularly, they had already buried any mention of Olga," Inga said. William sat back, absorbing the revelation. He felt a mix of emotions: relief at finally knowing the truth, sadness for the sister he never knew, and anger at the secrecy that had shrouded his life. Determined to find out what happened to Olga, William decided to track down the family friend who had taken her in. With Inga's help, he managed to find a lead: a small town several hundred miles away. William embarked on the journey, accompanied by his niece Claudia, who was equally intrigued and supportive. The town was quaint and seemed untouched by time. They visited the local archives and eventually found records of Olga living with a family named the Carters. Further investigation led them to an old house on the outskirts of town. A kind elderly woman opened the door. "May I help you?" she asked. William showed her the photo. "I'm looking for any information about this girl, Olga. She was my sister." The woman's eyes widened in recognition. "Olga ... Yes, I remember her. She lived with us for a few years. My parents took her in during the war. But after the war ended, she went to live with another family. We lost touch after that." "Do you know where she went?" William asked eagerly. The woman thought for a moment. "I believe she was adopted by a family in the neighboring town. They might have more information." With renewed hope, William and Claudia thanked the woman and headed to the neighboring town. There, they finally found a trail that led them to Olga's adoptive family. To their astonishment, they discovered that Olga had passed away a few years prior, but had left behind a daughter, Maria. Meeting Maria was a poignant moment. She was in her 50s, a kind woman with a striking resemblance to the little girl in the photo. Maria welcomed William and Claudia with open arms, eager to learn about her mother's birth family. As they shared stories and memories, William felt a sense of closure. The pieces of his past had finally come together, revealing the sister he never knew and a niece he had just found. Though bittersweet, the discovery brought a new chapter to William's life, filled with family, love, and the strength to face the shadows of the past. In the days following their meeting, William and Maria spent hours poring over old photographs, letters, and documents. Maria showed William a small, tattered diary that Olga had kept, filled with entries about her life after the war. Through Olga's words, William could sense the hardships and joys she experienced, the longing for the family she barely remembered, and the resilience that defined her. Maria recounted stories her mother had shared, memories of her adoptive family, and how Olga always spoke fondly of a brother she hoped to reunite with someday. These tales brought both joy and sorrow to William's heart, but most importantly, they forged a deep bond between him and Maria. William decided to stay in the town for a while, savoring the newfound connection with Maria and learning more about his sister. Together, they visited places that had been significant to Olga, from the school she attended to the park where she played as a child. Each visit helped William piece together the life his sister had lived, a life intertwined with his own in ways he had never imagined. One evening, as they sat by a cozy fireplace, Maria shared a particularly moving story. "Mom always wore a locket," she said, opening a small box and revealing a delicate silver locket. Inside was a picture of a young boy. She told me it was her brother, the one she hoped to find one day. William's eyes filled with tears as he gently took the locket. Opening it, he saw a familiar face staring back at him, his own, from a photograph taken when he was just a child. "She never forgot," he whispered, feeling an overwhelming sense of love and loss. As the weeks passed, the local community welcomed William warmly. They shared stories about Olga, painting a picture of a woman who had touched many lives with her kindness and strength. William felt a sense of belonging in this town, a place that had been so important to his sister. Claudia, who had accompanied William on this journey, also felt a profound impact from their discoveries. She admired William's determination and shared in his grief and joy. Their relationship grew stronger, forged in the crucible of family secrets and newfound truths. On the day William decided to return home, Maria gave him a final gift, a collection of Olga's belongings, including the diary, the locket, and several treasured photographs. "Take these," she said, her eyes brimming with tears. "They belong with you, as much as they belonged with her." William embraced Maria, feeling a deep connection that transcended the years and the miles that had separated them. "Thank you, Maria, for everything." Back home, William found a renewed sense of purpose. He shared Olga's story with other family members, ensuring that her memory would live on. He organized family gatherings, bringing everyone together to celebrate their shared history and to honor the sister he had never known. In his final years, William often visited the town where Olga had lived. He and Maria remained close, their bond a testament to the power of family and the enduring strength of love. William's discovery had filled his life with a richness and depth he had never expected, turning what began as a mystery into a journey of rediscovery and connection. As he sat in his favorite chair, gazing at the photo that had started it all, William felt a profound sense of peace. He had found the missing piece of his past and, in doing so, had discovered a future filled with family, love, and the enduring legacy of a sister's hope. As the seasons changed, William found himself increasingly surrounded by the warmth and support of his extended family. He often hosted gatherings at his home, filling it with laughter and stories that spanned generations. Each visit brought new insights into their collective history and deeper connections among family members. One sunny afternoon, as the family gathered for a summer barbecue, William decided it was time to share Olga's diary with everyone. He called for attention, and the chatter gradually subsided as all eyes turned to him. With a smile, he held up the worn diary. "This William began, his voice steady, is Olga's diary. It holds the memories and thoughts of a sister I never knew, but whose presence has now touched all of our lives. I believe it's important for us to hear her story. He opened the diary to a page he had marked and began to read aloud. Olga's words painted vivid pictures of her experiences, her hopes, and her longing for the family she had been separated from. As William read, he glanced around, seeing the faces of his relatives soften with emotion. June 15, 1950, William read, his voice wavering slightly. Today, I played in the garden with Mrs. Carter's children. They are kind, but I still miss my family. I wonder if my brother remembers me. I hope one day we will be together again. Tears welled up in many eyes, including William's. He paused, taking a deep breath before continuing. Olga never gave up hope. Her love for us endured, despite the distance and the years. She always believed we would find each other. When he finished reading, there was a moment of silence. Then, one by one, family members began to share their thoughts and feelings. Claudia spoke of the importance of preserving family history, while others expressed their gratitude for finally knowing the truth about Olga. Inspired by this newfound connection, William and his family decided to create a memorial in honor of Olga. They chose a beautiful spot in the local park, where a plaque was installed under a large, ancient oak tree. The plaque bore Olga's name and a heartfelt inscription, in loving memory of Olga, whose hope and love united our family. The unveiling of the memorial was a deeply moving event. Relatives from near and far gathered to pay their respects and celebrate Olga's life. William spoke once more, his voice filled with emotion. Olga's story is a testament to the enduring strength of family bonds, he said. Though we were separated by time and circumstance, we have been brought together by love and remembrance. Let this memorial be a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the power of hope. The ceremony concluded with a moment of silence, followed by the planting of wildflowers around the memorial. As they worked, the family shared stories and memories, their hearts united in a shared purpose. In the months that followed, the memorial became a cherished place for family gatherings. William often visited, sitting quietly and reflecting on the journey that had brought him there. He felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that Olga's legacy would continue to inspire and unite future generations. As William's health began to decline, he found solace in the knowledge that he had fulfilled his promise to uncover the truth. Surrounded by loved ones, he spent his final days reminiscing about the past and expressing his gratitude for the life he had lived. On a peaceful autumn morning, William passed away in his sleep, his face serene and content. His family gathered to honor his memory, celebrating the remarkable man who had brought them together. They knew that William and Olga were now reunited in spirit, their bond unbroken by time or distance. In the years that followed, the family continued to honor William and Olga's legacy. The annual family reunion at the memorial became a cherished tradition, a time to reflect on the strength of their shared history and the love that bound them. And so, the story of William and Olga lived on, a testament to the power of family, the resilience of the human spirit, and the enduring hope that can light even the darkest of paths.